Welcome, dear guest, to Odd Tonic's 12 Days of Christmas Ghost Stories. In Victorian England, Christmas was the time to gather around the warm fireplace to share chilling tales of ghostly visitations. Odd Tonic is reclaiming this tradition by presenting ghost stories on every one of the 12 days of Christmas. They make for great personal listening or to share with friends and family as an icebreaker to tell true, unexplained tales of their own.
Welcome to Day 4. Tonight's story is from the book Odd and Chilling Encounters by R.S. Russo. In 1998, I worked as a security guard at a local Christian college. The first night on the job, I was told it was my responsibility to patrol the campus all night and make sure the main doors were locked and to make sure all the lights were off in the chapel. It was to be locked by 11 p.m. Standard stuff. I started out walking around the campus, getting to know a few students and just checking everything out. When 11 p.m. came, I went to the chapel and down to the basement first. Getting to the bottom stairwell door, I realized it won't open. I push on it 4 or 5 times, but the door seems locked. So I go back up and out into the back door. The basement is locked down, all the lights are out, and it's secure. I go over to the stairwell door, and it opens easy for me from the outside. I figure it's just how the door is made. I go back upstairs into the stage where the light switches are. I look up, and I see what looks like a kid in the balcony. I yell for him, but he doesn't answer. Oddly enough, when I get up there, I can't find him. I get creeped out, but I figure it's late and I'm just seeing shadows. I go back down, cut all the lights, and lock up the chapel. At 3 a.m., I go out for the full campus rounds just to check up on everything. Heading across the quad, I notice that the lights are on in the basement of the chapel, as well as the front spotlight. I go to the basement door, and I find it still locked. I go in, I cut the lights, and as soon as I do, I hear a long, loud bang in the stairwell. I run in there, and I get up the stairs thinking I'm chasing someone, but there's no one anywhere. I go back down, and I leave the back door and lock it. As I walk around, I notice the spotlight is off. I check to see if it could be motion controlled, but it's not. Since it was my first night, I decided not to say anything. The second night changed that. I again had weird experiences around the chapel, but on night 2, I heard weird crying and sounds in the woods on the north side of campus. I also saw 2 strange hooded teens down on the southwest side, near where the tennis courts are. I tried to get close to them, but it seemed like they were constantly moving 20 or 30 yards away from me. The next shift I worked, I decided to ask the guy who hired me about the strange happenings. He said that one of the other guards would drop by and basically debrief me. The guard who showed up was around 300 pounds of pure muscle, a beast of a man. I told him everything, and he said, "Yep, sounds about right." He then proceeded to tell me that everyone who's worked there overnight had some odd experience. He said that the stairway doors do not lock, but that he himself had spent 40 minutes one night locked between floors. He told me that he had to throw all his weight against both the doors, but they wouldn't move, and that each time he tried, he would hear this crazy laughter. He said he had chased what he thought were teens through the downstairs hall just to watch them disappear. Another guard had walked into the chapel and stumbled into what looked like a sacrifice with occult symbols drawn on the stage, and had chased the people off wearing cloaks. only to find that all the evidence had disappeared when he came back after trying to catch the cloaked figures. All those occult symbols were constantly being found on campus. Needless to say, I didn't stay there long. I don't think I would either.
Has anything like this ever happened to you? Everyone, it seems, has a story. If you're listening as a group, share it now. Or send it to Odd Tonic. We'd love to hear it. You can reach us at the parlor at oddtonicsociety.com. Until then, join us again tomorrow for another thrilling true tale on Odd Tonic's 12 Days of Christmas Ghost Stories. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube for future Odd Tonic episodes of weird history, strange science, and the paranormal. Good night.